No food is good if it costs that much. Shit. No, not. I misspoke.
All right, much
No
appreciated,
food is
Coach, as we
that
welcome
good
all of
is
you
worth
to our
that kind of
exclusive
weight, you
coverage
know?
of the National Football League on
I don't care how
EA
good food
Sports.
is. If you gotta wait that
Tonight it's
long,
all
bitch, it
on
ain't
the
worth it.
line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon.
Like
to
a
my
bitch.
left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill
I see Stevenson, hibachi ass nigga, man. He like that shit made right in front of him. No wait time.
It seems to get bigger every
Looking
year.
at
The lights get brighter, the cameras more numerous.
I ain't never
There's
had
just so
hibachi
much that
looking
goes
at
into this
it.
game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine
No
being
questions
anywhere
asked.
else
Where this
but
come
right
from?
here
Like a
with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game
Nigga
for
said, oh,
America.
y'all caught this
or
morning?
even North
Bet.
America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game.
I'm in the Super Bowl,
just
Nash.
about ready to roll.
Playing the Super Bowl right now, dog.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. In on the stop, it was
This other
Tavarius
league
Moore.
that I had,
When we see those runs to
I
the
started
perimeter, when we
last
see those
year.
runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
it ain't for the weak-hearted. The faint of heart, I mean.
I think that was a mistake, nigga.
I don't see how Josh still got the game.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On play action, now Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenny Clark coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
Excuse me.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the
Well, I had a sangria the other day.
He's usually
Oh,
responsible
well, you know what?
for ends up
Sangria is
getting double
good. That
teamed
time I
and
had it
sometimes
at
triple
Olive Garden.
teamed. How about
Yeah,
him
that
working
shit
his way
fire.
back and putting the big guy on the ground?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. That's complete to Chris Conley. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit, with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of the team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This one complete to Jordan Reed. A big play there. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Carr now on 1st down. Here as he's taken down. Kenny Clark in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down.
Huh?
You ever seen The Sopranos?
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside.
A while ago, no.
I've been watching.
I never
They
finished.
got 29 yards that time.
That shit is far.
This will be their first trip to the
They used to say it was, that and The Wire was between the best shows on available at the time, but I never watched The Sopranos all the way through.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Steps away to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37. 29.
To throw again. Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 19 yards away. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes
Powerful
into it. They
nigga
work on that
yeah.
to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
He was thinking something like 3.
And there he goes again. Oh, he sheds himself free. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley, 66 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. A little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around.
That's something else.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Next time
you don't
somebody
go
else
away
needs
from
to
what you
drive.
did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
You had trouble driving home? You was uncomfortable driving home?
Throwing on 1st down is Carr.
I mean, I was good after a little bit.
And he was nervous at first?
The whole
I
time.
watch that
Yeah.
expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right. I was going to say,
Right, not an actual
nigga, we
player.
made it home.
No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25.
Nigga, that ain't the only thing that
2nd and
matters.
10.
Shit, my car matters too.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He's got a locked one. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And what a big-time play there. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Carr to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
No.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And this is no good. Close, but no cigar. Just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Come on, let's go! What?
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go!
From the gun, Kaiser. Well, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And now back out comes the offense. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Carr now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake. Carr. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Most receivers love running the post pattern. You go downfield as fast as you can, you give a head fake or two, and then you head towards the post in the middle of the field and look for the football. A tough route to cover if you get fooled with a little bit of fake in the middle of it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Shreds the tackle. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They fake the handoff. Now Carr Jordan Reed has it. And he's got this down to the 35. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, Carr eluding the pressure right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Come on, let's go.
A first down carry for Barkley. Fights off the defender. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Man 38.
Second down, Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
You don't watch debates, do you?
INT, it's Carr.
Like what?
Debates.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Yeah.
Picked up by
Debates on what?
Alexander.
So that's back-to-back drives.
A lot of shit, like political shit, social shit, you know.
And say, what's going on with
I
your
definitely
scheme?
don't watch anything
Maybe
political.
we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them
Niggas
frustrated right
speaking
now.
nonsense. The current head of education for our country did not go to college. I'm just going to say that.
Bro.
Here's a give to Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down.
You know,
a very
like
solid gain on that play.
Bitch want to cut funding to Special Olympics who got $1 million fucking yacht.
Come up
Bitch.
on second down.
Man 38.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser to Barkley on the check down. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to face a third down. To throw, Kaiser. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows
long
that you see open, they shrink pretty
years.
rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Oh, go Bear.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
He got wings.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Probably that.
On 1st and 10, Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, let's go. Command 38.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this.
Here we go. Command 38. Command 38.
Kaiser to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
734.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I'll be playing on
We
Superstar Hall of
haven't even
Fame.
escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before
Like,
you were
bro,
born,
you could go to the
if you
bench up
started to throw
15,
in the
come
first
back in the
half,
game, y'all
he
down
might
7,
throw
and
8
y'all not
more for
coming
the
back.
game because they weren't going to pull him out. But now,
Bruh,
the
that shit
patience
be
level
irking
isn't
the
quite
fuck
there.
out of me.
He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Hell yeah.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground.
They
and that'll
basically
make
said,
it
yeah,
2nd
just for
and
enduring this
4.
bullshit, we're going to give you some.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because
Some
one of the
extra.
keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go. Command 38. Command 38.
Kaiser. And it's caught by Parker. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Kaiser. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danny Trevathan able to drop him for a loss of 4. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Kaiser now. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Flex round. Flex round.
Kaiser now on second down, looking for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. David Njoku as the first half is winding down.
I think I got
and
you.
the Lions add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here.
Just like I get,
I'm looking
just like I get Madden every year, knowing the game trash.
Here, the second quarter, they don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. Right now, they want to make sure they keep that.
I just want to see the eye doctor, nigga. I don't know.
Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. He spins free, and he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Oh, y'all niggas
Now
not
this
allowing no
offense ready
layup.
to head back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it. It's caught inside the 25.
That nigga there.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
That's all he better be doing this summer.
So with 1 second left
should've
in
been
the
in the
half,
last
on
summer.
is the field
Yep.
goal unit. Right hash, 37
I
yard
don't know,
attempt.
bro. I can't see them getting out of the
Contact
second
up
round
front
this
as
year.
penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So it was the
Yeah,
defense
bro.
that jumped and
That
held
nigga
them
shot
5
is gonna
yards
be a
closer.
I
problem.
wonder how they did it. What if they
Because they gonna be
twitched a
asking
little
that
bit
nigga to
up
handle
front,
the ball.
Subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer.
Nigga,
to
the
their field goal.
Bucks? What?
And
What?
McManus
Bucks?
able to put it
Boston?
through. So we
yeah.
reach halftime
What
here
the
in
fuck is
Super
over
Bowl 55. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. They're standing by as Jonathan Coachman ready with
they
our
might not
EA
make the
Sports
playoffs.
halftime report. Coach?
The Bucks is enough to stop them.
Now McManus on to kick this
Giannis
one off.
and Middleton ain't playing no games.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
I'm saying, but that's the kind of weakness that gets exposed in the playoffs.
Just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Shit, even if they make it to the damn finals, you know who's gonna be there.
For some change-ups, we're going to see them when we kick.
You don't need that.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket.
They get on everybody.
It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in
DeMarcus Cousins. Don't even start with Steph. They have DeMarcus Cousins. Arguably the best big man in the league.
You guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Flag 38. Flag 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser.
Oh, my
And
God.
for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington or Rex Coast.
That's correct. They go play action here on first down. Trying to lay one up. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On the run, it's Barkley. And an alley to run. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Kaiser on first down. Caught here by Conley. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
First down, Kaiser. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Come on, let's go. 38.
From the gun, Kaiser. Oh, stays up. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Here's Kaiser sliding out of the pocket. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. The pitch goes to Barkley. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll throw here. Kaiser. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw is Kaiser. And throw right side complete to Parker. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job, because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So we got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Quan Alexander in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yes.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. To throw, Kaiser. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Kaiser to throw it. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
There he goes, left side. Touchdown! As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. A little juke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marcus Golden in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Kaiser. And his throw's going to be incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Here we go. What does it? What does it?
Now Kaiser. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to crown a champion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
6:37.
Back to throw, Carr. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Carlos Hyde taking it in from a yard out. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Kaiser here looking to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions have won the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
Say you want King to stop me. He told my ears and I'm passing.